Okay, so I'm restarting now, and hopefully the audio doesn't cut out this time. I really hope it doesn't. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. But yeah, I'm basically gonna give my thoughts on the direct and everything. While playing a very fitting game here. Now, okay, now it's working. Now it decides to work. Okay. But that was honestly one of the best directs of the Switch era. Wait, the audio cut out again. You guys can still hear it, but I can't. I don't know how that's even happening. The audio just cut out for me. I don't know, it's so weird. I can't even hear anything. Wait, I want to see if I can hear other things through my headphones right now. I'm gonna test one of my videos. Yeah, I can... Okay, now it works. Now it works. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was about. For some reason, it wasn't playing for a second. It might have sounded weird for a second, because whenever I have Citra minimized, it, lags. But yeah, now I can hear it. I don't know what that was about, but, yeah, that direct, like, that was insane. And as you can see, I'm playing a very fitting game here. I'm gonna close out of a tab or something, just in case here. Just in case it's lagging a bit too much. I wish Citra could, like, actually work and work smoothly for once. I might have to lower the resolution a little bit in order for it to actually get up to 100% speed. Okay, there we go. But yeah, honestly, I would say that's probably on par with last June's Direct. I would definitely say that was as good as last June's. Because there were so many, like, insane announcements here. Honestly, I would say it might even be better than last June's Direct. Like, not only was the Mario RPG thing we got not a remake, but an actual, like, new game. We also, like, I mean, we did get Mario Wonder, which was pretty big, but we also got a new 2D Zelda game here. Oh, I see the problem now. I see the problem. Okay, it's my phone. That's why the audio was cutting out for me. That was actually my headphones cutting out, so... It's not a problem on your end, it's just a problem on my end. But... I am just so happy that we're getting, like, a bunch of really interesting things here. Like, the rest of the year really isn't filler. It really isn't filler. It surprisingly isn't a filler year, so... But yeah. But the first one that I'm gonna talk about is obviously Nintendo Switch Sports! Because that actually weirdly got an update here. I was not expecting that. I mean, that's always something that I joke about. Like, oh, imagine if they do something with Switch Sports again. But they actually did something, and that was just kind of crazy. Like, 2 years later, like, years after they added updates, they added, like, basketball out of nowhere. But I'm joking. That Mario and Luigi was the big thing here. But yeah, I still am shocked that this is actually happening. Like, it does not feel real. This is honestly, I'm not even sure if, like, either this or Thousand Year Door was more unexpected. I'd say they're about equal. I would say they're about equal. Because, like, Mario and Luigi, it was really unexpected because Alpha Dream shut down, but with Paper Mario, it seemed like it really seemed like they weren't going to return to the old style anytime soon for that. So, I feel like both Thousand Year Door in this are tied for being, like, equally kind of crazy and unexpected and everything. But yeah. Yeah, they chose the update Switch Sports over Pikmin 4. Yeah, that's true. Also, Anton, would you like to join? You're definitely welcome to if you want. Also, hey Soshi. But yeah, just like after analyzing the Mario & Luigi trailer, it really seems to be picking up where Dream Team left off, I'd say. I mean, I know Paper Jam exists, like, don't think that I'm leaving that game out, but I'm saying they're picking up where Dream Team left off, because, like, that was the last time that Mario & Luigi was, like, truly creative. Like, and I feel like this game has a lot of, like, Dream Team's charm and style to it, I would say. But, yeah, I would say also a little bit of Superstar Saga inspiration as well, like with the whole theming behind the NPCs. I know Dream Team technically had that as well, but it does kind of resemble Superstar Saga. Is it wrong that I actually like Paper Jam? It's completely fine if you like it. Like, the thing is it has good gameplay, but the battle system is great. But the problem is the story. That's where it kind of has an issue there. But yeah, also, yeah, I'll have Anton join now. Hey!
Yeah, we can hear me well.
Yeah, you sound okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
How many Mario RPGs do you want? How many? How many do you want?
An infinite
all of them.
Amount. Yeah, I want. Yeah, I just want an RPG every few months, like Nintendo's doing now. That's Nintendo's definitely satisfying me right now.
Exactly. They just like greenlit all of them. They're like, oh, we should do one. It's like, yeah, let's do Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and on top of that, let's do a new Mario and Luigi game. That we have all the Mario RPGs down.
Yeah, I thought a new Mario and Luigi game wasn't gonna happen for like a few years, but no, we're actually getting it now.
You know, one thing, like we didn't realize that the surveys they'd put out had Mario and Luigi in them. That they were talking like, oh, you'd be interested in, and like the last time that happened was with WarioWare, before WarioWare Get It Together or even WarioWare Move It. They were like, oh, how much should this game be priced at? Like, and then it happens soon after. So it's usually something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's what we kind of overlooked, that I guess because it just didn't really make sense to do another one so soon. But
I feel like people were also thinking that was a part of Thousand Year Door's marketing cycle as well. Like, because sometimes
to be like, oh, for future games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks
a new game.
And it's exactly how I wanted Mario and Luigi to look in 3D. I'm glad they didn't just use like use like generic
the top-down style as well is like kind of gone. I mean, like it's kind of there, but like the camera is way more of a focus.
Yeah, they actually started doing that a little bit in Dream Team and Paper Jam, but this seems to be like fully fleshing out that kind of like idea that they started there. They honestly, I mentioned this right before you joined, but it seems to be picking up where Dream Team left off creatively, because Paper Jam, while I understand why some people like it, it was kind of underwhelming from a creative perspective, and it seems
It's like the sticker star equivalent.
yeah, this seems to
And
be
it literally has Paper Mario in it too, so.
this seems to be the first time since Dream Team that they're actually, like fully doing, like, something really creative and interesting.
Yeah, like, for sure. I mean, I think they've definitely gotten, like, all the ability to do whatever they want, so.
Yeah.
I'm very, very curious to see what the game ends up being like. I'm excited for it. I hope it is, like, the next evolution just doesn't feel like, oh, it's... I mean, it probably will. I don't see it, like, they've done such good jobs with all the RPGs lately. But I'm very excited to learn more about it because it looks really neat.
Yeah.
So, I'm very excited.
One thing that I think is, I mean, this is to be expected for Nintendo, like, right now, but they haven't provided a developer at all.
In fact, none of the games are on the eShop or
That is bizarre.
It's very interesting.
I mean, I'm wondering if they do it, like, in a couple days. I don't know, like, it's just weird.
I remember in the past they would be up immediately.
Yeah,
You can pre-order.
Thousand Year Door was
yeah,
up
that
immediately,
was on there.
but it wasn't available for pre-order. It was just,
And
like,
so was Luigi's Mansion. Yeah.
yeah,
Those are both. I remember. They put them up, and they just had like generic thing, like more information coming soon. Then Mario Wonder. I think those were all up as well. I believe. If I'm not mistaken, maybe not. I don't know. But I have a feeling that those are up pretty quickly as well. These though, nothing is on the eShop or online on the website right now, and I wonder if maybe that's because Piora was kind of quiet for this time.
Yeah, that's true. You know,
do you think maybe his information comes from some of those, like web tickets or something, or maybe he happens to find I don't know. I really don't know how you would do that, or but yeah, like I have a feeling that maybe that's the reason, because yeah, it's very, very interesting.
yeah,
Usually he's pretty like last time in the September one, even the partner showcase, he knew a lot of stuff in there, both third party and first party.
yeah.
So I do wonder. I wonder what's going on there, but it still is really, really neat. And I've got to play some more Mario and Luigi now. I was playing Superstar Saga on the Switch, and I still have to continue playing that. It's not a series I've played a ton of, to be honest. But I definitely, I should probably play the games now leading up to this, so I can get myself prepared for a new one.
Also, another thing that I wanted to talk about is Super Mario Party Jamboree, because I feel like a lot of people are being misled by that, because I think it's more so a true successor to the first 8 Mario Party games than it is to Super Mario Party. I mean, technically, like, by extension, Super Mario Party is technically a return to form, but
I think they just put, like, both, sorry for interrupting. I think they put both Super Mario Party and Mario Party Superstars, like, and combine them into one game. That seems what it is, because it has a lot of elements of Super Mario Party, but also a lot of the other game.
Yeah, I think it's, like, Super Mario Party, it seems more so, like, the inspiration from that game is more so either, like, aesthetically or, like, or the gimmicks and new modes that are in the game. I feel like that's
the motion control stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind motion control stuff. In fact, I feel like the Switch hasn't been Nintendo, if you notice, they haven't really taken that much advantage of the features within the Joy-Con. There's only really a few games that have done that. So it's really nice to see some more games. I know it's annoying, and I know they don't do it very often because of the fact that the Switch Lite exists and the Pro Controller, and they want to make sure that those are compatible. I completely get it with that, but it is nice to be, like, even having some, in Mario Party you need Joy-Cons to do a certain mode. That way, you're not locking the entire game behind one playstyle, but at least you're offering for people who do have...
Yeah, because I saw on the website that they they said you can play the game with a Pro controller. You could. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually said you can play it with the Pro controller. So apparently you could switch.
There's a website for it.
Well, it's on the. Well, actually, it's on the European website.
Oh, maybe I haven't checked Europe.
Yeah, they actually have the European listings for the games.
Well, listings of the games.
But yeah.
Yeah, but America doesn't. Oh, I see. Yeah, here. I'm just looking.
Yeah, so it definitely has they definitely said it has Pro controller support. So I think the motion control mini games were I think it's a toggle now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says here, motion-controlled minigames require a Joy-Con controller and are not available when playing online. Motion-controlled minigames are not compatible with Nintendo Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch Pro controller, but button-controlled minigames can be played when using these consoles' accessories. So, very interesting. But it's a good compromise though, because I mean, there's so many minigames anyways that even if half of them are button and half of them are not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
So-
there's like 110 mini games in total, which is crazy. So I feel like there's definitely gonna be a lot of ones that are button only.
Did they say if there were any that were like? I know there's returning boards, like 2 of them. But are the older mini games original or?
I don't know. I think I thought there was something hinted in the trailer that there were gonna be like older mini games and things, but I don't know.
I feel like it would make sense to just do that as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty cool that they are giving us those older boards. Although, okay, why didn't they just put them in Mario Party Superstars as DLC? I don't know why they didn't just do that.
The thing is, I do like the idea of having older boards along with newer ones. I do like that they are starting to do that, kind of like almost like a Mario Kart kind of concept with that. And also another thing, the board design in the new board looks really good. Like, I really like the mall area, and also the the Goomba one looks really cool as well. Honestly, I think, this is where I meant that it looks more like Mario Party 1 through 8, like a kind of like more of a continuation of the classic style, without any, catches like Super Mario Party had. Because, it's actually confirmed, in the artwork, you could see the dice blocks actually have up to 10, like they do in the older games in Superstars. So it's basically going to have a similar gameplay style to the older games. And it's also going to have 20 coin stars as well. In the trailer, it did show, one 10 coin star, but they said during that it was a gimmick where it's a discount, which was half off.
Oh, yeah.
So that means
Wait,
that...
Mario Party Superstars had 20 coins, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's based on the older ones which have that. But, Super Mario Party, however, had 10, right? Because I thought that was a main complaint with that game.
Yeah, because they actually, I was a little worried at first when I saw the 10 coin star, but apparently that was just a gimmick there. That was just, because that was Fair Square from Mario Party 6, the one where the price of the star can be lower. I think it's a similar gimmick to that. But also, the boards are actually huge in this game. They're actually around the size as they were.
Actually, you know what's funny? Remember on the stream, I said Mario Kart Party.
Yeah.
I was ahead of the curve, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I saw into the future.
They actually did a good thing with the car mechanic. They actually had cars that are good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Mario Party Kart, imagine you're in carts, and then you go on the board, and then they're like, yes, we have that. So that's funny. And you can play as a Goomba again, so that's fun.
Yeah.
The
Also,
best playable character.
I like how Ninji's playable now, though.
I really wish Pauline was in there though.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm a little disappointed about. I wish the roster was a little more varied. I wish they would bring over characters from Wonder or the RPGs. Since they're so relevant now, it would be perfect to tie them in with all these new games coming out. I wish there was
it still is very it still feels like kind of pre-Mario Wonder, you know?
Yeah.
It still kind of feels like that I wouldn't say generic, because they clearly are taking a lot of aspects from, you know, the older games. It seems like a lot more than, you know, their newer stuff that they made. It definitely feels more like those Hudson Soft releases.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is in the same vein as that, and also Nintendo. Like, this is a very, like, you know, these games are very sort of mass market, right? With like trying to get, because like they've been doing really well. So I guess they want to try to keep things not as like too complicated, and with the characters to make it like you know, so people know characters are, especially if like, you know, someone's playing the game that has never played before. Maybe that's why they're doing like that. I don't know. I mean, it's stupid anyways, but at least, you know, another Mario Party. Why not? We have
Yeah.
3.
I think this one.
And the last time we had 3 was on the 3DS,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and also like with this game, with this new Mario Party game, it just looks amazing in general. I think this definitely has the potential of being one of the best Mario Party games, like both content-wise and just like with how fun it is as well. Because I feel like ND Cube definitely learned a lot from Superstars.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I think what happened was that Mario Party Superstars, no, I mean Super Mario Party sold way better than Nintendo expected.
Yeah.
The game is like 20 million copies, right?
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm sure. Like, is that the best? It's the best-selling Mario Party, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily.
Because like most of the ones on the GameCube and 64, you know, most of those games sold around like 1 million copies. Some of them. Let's see. Actually, I'm just looking. Yeah, look, Mario Party 3 sold 2 million copies. I'm assuming worldwide. I guess like 1 million copies in like probably North America, which is quite low, isn't it? Like Mario Party 6,
Yeah.
1.6 million copies. Mario Party Advance, no data or data. Yeah, I wonder why. Mario Party 7, 2 million. Mario Party 8 and DS were very good sellers. Mario Party 8 sold 8 million, and Mario Party DS 9 million. And then from there, it was just like, you know, Mario Party 10, 2 million. And then all of a sudden, Super Mario Party 20 million. Like, not even the Wii had, like, this is like, that's double the Wii sales.
Yeah.
You know, and also, it was pretty, like, it's a game that was just pretty early on as well. Like 8, so it had kind of the similar time frame. But isn't that's pretty crazy? Mario Party Superstars, you know, 12 million. That's almost double of Mario Party 8, and that's another game. So that's pretty impressive,
Yeah.
and I think it just goes to show that people like these style of games, and it's great that Nintendo's been making some new ones, and I think they realize, okay, this franchise is, you know, pretty successful and deserves more entries. So
Yeah,
it's pretty neat.
it's just great how it just looks in general. Like, I'm just so glad that they didn't like somehow hold it back and just make it like kind of either too gimmicky or just a bit like weird looking. I don't know. Like, I was just worried that they would just take a step back after Superstars. Also, I'm gonna read Jack Attack Gaming's comment here.
Yeah.
Actually, I needed to find it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the roster was better for Jamboree. If the roster was better, it would actually be my favorite Mario Party. Yeah, I like honestly, but the roster thing, it's something that I don't really mind that much. At least it's like a fairly like large roster with over 20 characters. That's good. But I do wish it was a little more like kind of interesting, I would say.
Yeah, the roster could be better. I mean, it's not a super big deal. And maybe, you know, maybe the next Mario Party, at least they'll have something for that one. Because honestly, I have no idea what you do for the next Mario Party, or the next system anyways. Or the next multiple Mario Party games. So at least maybe it's like more characters will be planned for the next one.
Yeah. Also, so let's move on to like another game.
The Dempa Men, they have returned.
Yeah, I thought about you when they showed it on
Yeah.
there.
I was like, yes, finally, the Dempa Man. That game was actually revealed in the it was in the partner showcase. But it was only in the Japanese broadcast of that.
Yeah, maybe they had to take
So I saw it, yeah.
Maybe they had to take a little more time to like translate it and everything.
Possibly, yeah, because I saw it there and I was like, oh, that'd be so cool if they brought that game. It's like a free-to-play game. You know, I was like, I hope they bring it over. I was a bit worried that they wouldn't because it's a free-to-play game. Maybe games like that would do better in Japan. I didn't really know.
Yeah.
But we're getting it regardless, and it's in July. That's pretty cool,
Yeah,
and it's a timed exclusive or something.
But yeah,
it's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out sometime. It looks pretty cool. But
yeah,
I was thinking.
I just hope it's not like microtransaction fest, because that would definitely ruin it.
We also got the Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's one that some people are like a little disappointed. Well, the beach is a little.
I'd predicted
about
that as
like,
well. They predicted it as well, Dimitri and TND.
Yeah.
I had a feeling they were gonna do that. To me, it was like, yeah, the TND's theory about like the universal thing, it made sense. So when I heard about that, I was like, you know, I also kind of stole that idea because it made too much sense. And honestly, I think it's fine. Like, you know, I guess the thing is, yeah, if it's $80 or $60 American, then it will be quite expensive for what is basically you know, a Wii game that's kind of upscale with slightly better textures, which I probably could do in Dolphin. Although it does have the 3DS levels, which I don't know how much that is. That like one level? How many were exclusive to that version?
Oh, in 3DS, I think like there were a decent, well, not that many, but like I think it's enough to where it's kind of like cool to see it in HD. I would say.
I mean that would definitely help. Like that's actually a good reason to buy it because it's like a complete experience.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. Well, I mean, knowing Nintendo, it probably will be $60, but
it will for sure. Yeah,
I'm just hoping that it's like not gonna be as underwhelming as Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Honestly,
I think honestly, the fact that it has that extra stuff is better than Luigi's Mansion, because Luigi's Mansion 2 is the same game with like slightly better visuals, but at least that has a bit of extra stuff and a complete to make it warrant the full price. I know it's not really shouldn't be full price anyways, but you can justify it better. Be like, okay. And it is a good idea for people who maybe have never played the game before and want to play it. And I mean, you have both Donkey Kong return games. I was a bit concerned about like maybe they wouldn't do like the title would be kind of weird, like Returns Again, but it doesn't seem to be a problem at all. So like, yeah, it just returns, you know, the game. So yeah, I'm actually you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I would have liked to see some other games get the HD treatment, like you know, it would have been really nice to see like something like Wario Land or like on the Wii game like Shake It or some other titles. But again, I'm not like, but that makes the most sense from a marketing perspective anyways.
Especially since we're gonna get the Donkey Kong like theme park thing with Super Nintendo World. It makes sense to kind of release something because like and honestly, I think this is both Luigi's Mansion and the Donkey Kong thing here. I feel like this is a thing to kind of hold over for the wait for like brand new games of the Switch 2.
Oh yeah, and like the team working on this Donkey Kong remaster, I guess, if you can call it remaster. I'm not sure. But like it's probably the same team that did the Tropical Freeze one. Not sure, you know, if what they've been working on since then, but maybe it's a team of Retro. I don't really know, to be honest. But
one thing that I think is weird though is that they take so long to like actually release this? Like, why isn't it releasing until January?
What, like,
that is crazy.
2025, I find weird. Like, that would have been an easy announcement to just add into the fall direct, if there is a fall direct. Maybe there isn't one.
Yeah, like, I mean, that still could have been like a kind of a random Tuesday announcement too, like Twitter Direct style announcement, because like, it's just so weird that they announced it so far in advance, and that it kind of goes along. It kind of goes along with like Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Like, why would they announce that so far in advance? Like, between that and like, it's just so bizarre.
Yeah, they didn't need to. Maybe they just wanted to have another announcement in the direct.
Yeah, it's just
which
weird.
is possible.
Honestly, like, I feel like the Donkey Kong thing, even though I love Donkey Kong Country Returns, I'm pretty nostalgic for that game, and I'm probably still gonna get HD as well, because like I love Returns, but the thing is, it's just kind of weird how they're handling these like HD remasters and everything, because it's like they announced them so far in advance, like even after like that's like the second like kind of the last game that we know about in the future and everything. Like, we're getting a brand new Mario and Luigi, a brand new 2D Zelda, all of that before this. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it is strange. Like, a similar game that was in a similar time frame was like Another Code that came out in January, and Fire Emblem. But I'm not sure. Well, actually, was Fire Emblem Engage revealed in? No, it wasn't revealed in.
It was revealed in a September Direct, I remember.
Right, and that came out in January. So yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, I don't know why they would need to announce a remaster. It's not even a new game that far in advance. But I guess okay, might as well have another announcement in there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'll probably pick it up. I think it'd be pretty cool to have that on Switch. You never know. Maybe there's something extra in there that they haven't talked about, right?
Yeah.
Like the Magular epilogue thing.
At least Donkey Kong Country Returns won't have waggle controls. That's true.
Yeah, I guess, isn't there like for him to blow the dandelions, right, in the game? Isn't there like a thing that you can
there's
do?
like a couple things they had that I remember. Yeah, it was revealed in September 2022, yeah.
So I remember like there was some waggle things in there.
Yeah.
So it is, or maybe I'm misremembering it, because yeah, that's pretty neat. I was hoping maybe for some other remasters, but maybe they're kind of running out of remasters, perhaps. And it's funny, it's like a lot of these quote-unquote leakers were like, oh, we have so many remasters to look forward to, and it's like, mainly it's more new games than remasters.
Yeah, and also I find it weird how, like, I know we were kind of like talking about this a little bit, like with Pioro's Source, but I just find it like kind of weird how like different it was this time.
Like those emojis he sent, some of them don't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like the island one you could really put for multiple games.
Actually, no, I think the best representation of those emojis was Mario Party.
Like, what do you think the tower is?
I don't know.
Do you think the tower is Mario Party? Like I just don't know what the Tokyo Tower means.
There might have been like something in the, I don't know. It's just like the island and the, the only thing that I could really think of. Oh, I think I have one thing that could connect to the tower in Mario Party. The Mario's like, do you know the rainbow one from, I keep forgetting the name. Is it like Mario's Rainbow Castle or something from? Is that the name of it, or it's the one from the board from Mario Party 1?
Like, why wouldn't he just do like? You could put like 20 more different emojis than that. That's kind of random. I don't know.
I'm thinking that's like the one thing I could connect it to with that.
Like the boat one was clearly Mario and Luigi. The island one was clearly actually, it could have been a bunch of different things. I don't know. It didn't seem as like simple as like the last time. It was like, oh yeah, this is what what you're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like we could kind of guess things, and it's This time it was a little bit more, not even cryptic, but
Yeah, it was just
I don't
kind
know,
of
very odd.
weird.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm glad that, honestly, before I went to bed, when I saw those, like, emojis, I was like, oh my gosh, Tomodachi Life, it's time. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh. I really thought it was going to be Tomodachi Life, because it made a lot of sense, because Tomodachi Life has the Tokyo Tower, it has the, like, boat, it has a city thing. I don't know what that was either.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm kind of glad that it wasn't Tomodachi Life, so I didn't get, like, spoiled anyways.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy that the first announcement was Mario and Luigi.
Was Mario and Luigi.
Like, it's just like one thing that you always want but don't expect, like 1,000-Year Door. This was a 1,000-Year Door tier announcement, I would say. I honestly, at this point, I don't even know which one was, like more, or, like, kind of, I guess, like, more unexpected. I would say they're about equal. But also, I wanted to talk about Zelda a little bit as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that looks amazing. Like, they're using one of my favorite remakes of all time behind 1,000-Year Door is Link's Awakening.
Like, they're actually reusing that engine again,
yeah,
which is really cool. It's definitely in a different way than I thought they would use it. I guess, or the Oracle of Ages games made more sense to get the remake treatment.
Well,
next.
the thing is with that is all
But they were
already
like,
on NSO, and I think Nintendo has an unwritten rule about that. So, I think, like, this makes
like GameCube games are the most likely, and Wii games to get remasters and remakes or like, full releases again. So, but yeah, like it is. You know, I'm not complaining or anything. It's just, you know, because I think having a new game is better than having an old one.
Yeah, and
unless
also
1,000-Year Door, that's an exception.
Also,
but like, you know,
like both big new things about this 2D Zelda are just like really cool. Like the fact that you play as Zelda, that's awesome. Like the last time you were able to do that in like a main, well, I guess not a main Zelda game, but like in a significant, like, kind of Zelda related thing is the CDI games was the last time it was I know you could technically play as Zelda like the Warriors games, but I mean like as like the main role for like Zelda, like starring Zelda. Honestly, I think it's a missed opportunity that they didn't call this The Legend of Link. They should have called this The Legend of Link.
The Legend of Link, and make it like its own series.
Yeah. Honestly, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, I guess they want to just keep it so that people know what it is.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, the thing is, I do think Link is a pretty recognizable name, so I think they could still get away with that.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't want to have to try back and do IP for it, and they're like, you know, just call it The Legend of Zelda. And I mean, they did call it the next entry in The Legend of Zelda anyways. So it isn't really supposed to be a spin-off.
So technically,
like, you know.
So, like, kind of like technically how Super Paper Mario isn't a spin-off of Paper Mario, despite having
I actually think
gameplay.
Super Paper Mario, I believe is a spin-off, to be honest. I
don't know.
Because of the fact that it was being developed on the same console.
I mean, I think
because it was also for the GameCube.
I mean, if it
think they would be like,
I think if it did release on the GameCube, it would have been considered a spin-off, but since they did put it as the only Paper Mario game on the Wii, I think that they kind of were like, let's make it a main Paper Mario game.
Like, okay, if they made Super Paper Mario 2, would you then count it a spin-off of Paper Mario?
I don't know. It's just like, because I think there's different series where they do like direct sequels to like different game. Because I mean, a lot of series that are considered mainline have like different game styles.
Like
I would
Pokemon
say.
Legends Arceus is considered mainline.
Yeah, and then also
but also you can see it as a spin-off.
Also, Super Mario Bros. 2 on the NES. Well, I mean, even though it was originally from a different game, it still is considered a mainline Mario game. So I feel like.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to like consider what constitutes a spin-off and a mainline game, but I guess it also depends on what the company wants to do with it.
Yeah. And then
That's
also,
making it,
but
so.
I do find it fascinating that this Zelda game isn't a spin-off, but it's actually like a, I mean, like, I can understand why some people think it's a spin-off, but, they're really pushing it as, like, a main game that has, like, a different style, which I kind of like.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of glad that they didn't just make Link's Awakening again, but slightly different. They actually were like, okay, why don't we make a game that's more unique and original with a concept? And I mean, like, when they have a concept, it's usually good, right? I mean, Tears of the Kingdom, was a great thing, and the fact that Ajinuma is really behind this one, and it seems like a sort of idea of just giving Grezzo a chance to make an original project like Mercury's theme.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see how they're gonna.
Yeah, I'm just really also the new mechanic as well looks just amazing. Honestly, I think this is 2D Zelda's equivalent to Tears of the Kingdom. I think that's like kind of an interesting comparison since they're both like wildly interesting mechanics to see in like a main Zelda game.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it's such an interesting idea with the building thing. At first I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But then when they showed how the combat is with like the different sort of experimental thing, I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Like getting different,
it's kind of, it's like there's definitely going to be a collection aspect to the game where you collect these different things, try to complete the collection. And the fact though that like even H-Numa was like, oh my goodness, there's so many things.
Yeah, he's like, I couldn't even count them.
I couldn't even count them. Yeah. So then when he said that, I was like, okay, there's probably a lot because knowing this like Tears of the Kingdom, how many like different things you can build in that game with the abilities that you get. It's like just imagine how many things are in this game.
Yeah,
there's probably a lot of stuff. So I'm very, very interested to see like how far they're gonna go with the concept. I think they're gonna go pretty far with it, and they're gonna use some really clever thing. And what's amazing too? They're using the 2D segments from Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
like, the sections when you go, like that's something that like
some of the other 2D Zelda games have had that. I mean, some of the other 2D Zelda games have had that as well. Like the original
Oracle, I believe, has that, right?
Yeah, and actually the original Zelda also has like a couple like 2D sections as well. Like in the dungeons, they're like very like small parts, but
yeah, but I'm glad they like retained it has the spirit of Link's Awakening, which is cool.
Yeah, I love that style in general, and I since Link's Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time, I'm glad they're taking a lot of inspiration from it.
Yeah. Here. And I'm glad that this game isn't just like, oh, it's Link's Awakening but better. I guess they really kind of did a way where it's like, okay, you can like Link's Awakening is still very something that you could buy and play and you'd still enjoy, and you'd buy this as well. They're trying to make sure that game's still relevant,
Yeah.
So it's pretty smart what they're doing with this game. And I wonder if the amiibo works, the Link's Awakening one.
Yeah, honestly,
really cool.
I hope they announce like a Zelda amiibo or something, like a chibi Zelda amiibo or something. I think that would
maybe.
be really
I mean,
cool.
There is a console launching on the day, and what's weird? Link's Awakening when that came out in September.
That was the same day.
Had the amiibo and the Switch Lite.
Yeah, the Switch Lite was the same day, and then now it's like we're coming full circle. We're getting a new game with the Link's Awakening engine, but it's like we're getting a Switch Lite that has. I think it's weird that it's a Switch Lite though. I mean, it is a 2D Zelda game, so it kind of makes sense. Like since 2D Zelda.
Honestly, like. Continue. I was gonna say.
But I was gonna say like, usually nowadays they mostly do the OLED for like new variations of consoles and things. I just think it's a little weird that they're doing the Lite.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like this year feels like the culmination of all the years. Like with this holiday, you got like your RPGs, which we've had from 2023 with Mario RPG. That came out in November, and I guess that's the Pokemon slot essentially. So we're not gonna get a Pokemon game. I think that's pretty obvious now at this point. You know, you got Super Mario Party or a Mario Party game, which is like 2018, 2021, and then a top-down Zelda game like 2019.
Yeah. Also,
So-
J to the people I know said, why is it called 2D Zelda if it's just top down? I don't know.
Yeah, it should be top-down Zelda.
I just call it 2D.
I guess you could say the side-scrolling bits are 2D though.
The thing is, I just call it 2D Zelda because I'm used to calling it that. I think it's just been traditionally called 2D Zelda before it was on like consoles that could render 3D.
Like even what's it called? Like 2D Mario, right? It's really side-scrolling Mario, right?
Yeah.
That's the proper way, like platformer Mario side-scroller.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like it's called 2D Zelda. Well, people call it 2D Zelda because of like between like the mid to late 90s and the I guess until like the 3DS, when that could actually render 3D with like Link Between Worlds. I feel it was actually well, the DS technically had 3D rendering as well, but I guess like between the late 90s and the late 2000s, it actually was like 2D graphics. So, whereas like the 3D Zelda games were like obviously 3D as well. I don't know. I just think like I'm just used to calling it 2D Zelda, even though top down makes more sense.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can probably say it in a bunch of different ways. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Whether it's 2.5D, 2.8D, you know, how like, you know, whatever the way that thing should be categorized. Although it is 2.8 if it's like one of the like Kingdom Hearts games or something. But you know, they love their math equations to those titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seriously, like one of them's like 3/6A/2 days. I don't know. So they're really complicated. But anyways, moving I guess on to another announcement.
I'm trying to think before we get into the big last
I believe that's.
Oh,
I guess it'd be third-party stuff.
Yeah, I want to talk about third-party a little bit.
Oh, and also don't forget about the Pushmo collection, which definitely was amazingly announced, and
the box
all the
boy,
games
the
and its
box
apps.
boy,
Oh, and the Box Boy collection,
like we just predicted, and
yeah.
Obviously, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD,
and
like, it's obviously
Wind Waker HD, that
was
was great, and Twilight Princess and Xenoblade X was in there. That was a good one. And also there was the new Kirby game, you know, for sure. And there was also Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. They added that as well. Honestly, like I'm actually surprised Pushmo was not in there. That to me was like, I really thought that was gonna be there. Like I don't know. I mean, again, the direct was great. I mean, again, this is pretty a stupid want, but I was hoping for a few more niche titles, a few more like deep cuts. It seems that they really weren't focused on that. They were like, okay, here's a new Zelda, here's a new Mario and Luigi. Again, games that again, this is a better direct anyways. But I guess I'm just surprised that this is the direction they took for like one of the final directs. You know, this feels like a direct that would have happened like many years ago.
Yeah, it seems like honestly, this was on the level of like 2021's announcements. I would say, maybe even like,
better. I would say.
Honestly, like it seems like this would have been like halfway through the Switch era, not like at the very end.
Because 2021 had Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Also, actually, that might be the reason why they're fleshing out the holidays so much, is because of Pokemon Legends.
They don't have one.
Like Pokemon Legends Zaza isn't happening until
Yeah.
next year. Honestly, the fact that we don't have any information about the game right now, I don't think that's gonna happen until like November 2025. I don't think that's gonna happen until the end of the year. And when it does happen, well, the reason why I think that is because like with the like even though they announced it really early, I feel like if it was going to be earlier in 2025, we would have heard a little more about it now, since Legends Arceus also was kind of revealed around the beginning of, well, 2021, I guess, but we got information throughout the year. Here, we still don't know anything about it. So
I mean, yeah, I guess we haven't had any announcement about Pokemon Presents Do you think they could actually do one soon?
Yeah.
Because usually they announce those things quite in advance, unlike Nintendo.
Oh, Matthew Gaming said, "Hey Risu, your emulator's bugging." I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. I guess that's just gonna have to be something to just deal with here. I don't really know. It's completely playable, so
It'll look good if you blink every like 2 seconds. Don't worry. Just try that. You know, that way. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll probably see maybe more information, or maybe they'll just do an August Pokemon Presents and then show the game there.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, they don't have to rely on a Pokemon game, so it gives them a bit.
We're actually
leeway.
getting a good RPG as the holiday title.
Yeah, honestly, way better than the Pokemon game. Oh, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like the plug-looking characters.
Yeah, I
They look
really
so cool.
Before we get into the final announcement, I want to talk about Mario and Luigi a little more. Because I think that just looks amazing. Like, I really like.
Yeah,
the
you know
theme.
what? Like, a lot of the game reminds me of Skips, like the people who made like PB Robo, like those characters and some of the
Yeah.
vibes I also get of them, of how they made their kind of weird and quirky games.
Yeah, and you know, some of the character designs also remind me. I mean, a lot of them also look very Alpha Dream-esque. Like, do you know the I think they're called the Extension Core. Some of the new villains in the game, they look something ripped straight out of one of the 3DS Mario and Luigi. Well, I guess Dream Team, because Paper Jam didn't really have any original characters. They really look very like Dream Team-esque, which is why I'm thinking this game is kind of like picking up from when Dream Team left off.
Yeah. Yeah, like Drake, it looks super creative. Like the fact they're on like a boat, but it's like actually like an island, but it also shows the boat, and I
Yeah.
guess you just go to the different islands and you do something there. I guess you know what I'm really hoping for. I don't think it'll be the case. I really hope that the villain is not Bowser. Yeah, I don't think it will be.
I don't
because-
think. Well, we already saw that new villain there. Like, I'm not sure if you saw it, but it looks a little bit like it kind of
Yeah.
looks like a mixture of Dimentio and Phantasma. It kind of looks like a mixture of them.
Yeah, I seen that there was a character that they showed there. Yeah.
I like, unless they do some like flipping Bowser as the villain at
Oh
the
no,
end, like
Bowser as accidentally the entire reason all this happened, and he's actually in disguise.
But the thing is, I think like
I don't think they'll do that. Mario
Yeah.
RPG, Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door don't have Bowser as the main villain.
yeah, and you know the thing is, like they also said on the European website that Bowser is a helper this time. Not
Oh, really?
a villain. Like, they said Peach and Bowser are helpers. Well, like, apparently kind of, like, helpers in terms of, like, just helping out in the story and everything. I guess kind of, like, I'm trying to think of, like, a scenario where they're not, like, actually playable, but also helped.
I mean, well, in Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door, not really. But they don't really help.
Yeah,
either.
Bowser
They're just
doesn't
kind of on their
really-
own thing.
Bowser really doesn't help in that one. Yeah, you
No.
you actually fight him there.
Yeah. I mean, he's integrated really well in that story. So he's not. So he's
Yeah.
kind of like he's within it, but he's like not a focus. And then in Mario RPG, they're playable though in that game, part of the combat. So I guess that's probably the closest, right? But let's see.
Yeah.
Meet new friends. Let's see. I'm trying to see. Familiar faces from the Mushroom Kingdom, like Peach and Bowser, who may help you on. Okay. I see. Because when I saw like that clip with Bowser, I thought, oh, he's attacking Mario. Great. I was like another one of those.
Yeah, he
scenes,
might have been
like from
attacking-
Mario and the Origami King.
Yeah. But also...
Yeah, that's actually really neat. I didn't realize that. That makes me more excited now. They continue?
I was gonna say, let's get into the final big announcement.
Oh yeah,
here. Yeah. Paper Mario Sticker Star remake. Let's go. No,
Yeah. Actually, no. It was just a logo for Metroid Prime 4. They just showed it again. That was the same exact video from 2017. They're like, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Same video.
But no.
Let's restart development.
But no, they actually showed gameplay. I was not expecting that.
That's something new that for Summer Games Fest, you know. That's definitely groundbreaking.
Yeah. But honestly, I feel like this is definitely gonna be like a cross-gen title here. Like, it looks absolutely incredible.
It does look great. Like, it's so cinematic and like, but it's actually gameplay. Like, you're in the game and like, you know, and aliens are shooting other aliens and like, you've got, you know, there's so much happening in the background. Like, you can see the, you know, so many cool like effects. How like there's like that pipe that rolls down and then you scan someone. Like, if it's like that, very action packed, that would be so cool. And I'm really excited to check it out. You know, it does like, I like how they're also leaning more into like the kind of alien world instead of it just kind of being a bit more like drab with its colors. They're actually like, you know, boring. They're leaning to a bit more like, you know, with the greenery of the place that Samus visits.
Oh yeah, it just
really
looks
neat.
Amazing. Like I'm glad they're I'm glad they're putting like so much effort into the like that final shot. Like I know this is probably like not like a comparison that some people would like. But honestly, like with how good it looks, and I think like with how good like Metroid already looks, like stylized and everything, I mean it actually kind of reminds me of like Horizon a little bit, like that final shot. I know that's a pretty generic kind of game, but I mean graphically it kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah.
But except with a more stylized, like interesting thing. I know that series is like, oh, that's like an industry plant from PlayStation. But I mean, I will give it credit that it does look good. It does look good. Even though it is a bit too cinematic, I will give it credit that it does kind of look good. It's just a game with better gameplay with like Metroid Prime. Having that style, I actually kind of like. Like, if it's not too like super like cinematic, not even like a game, like that's kind of boring, but if it's actually like as fun as the other Metroid Prime games, I actually don't mind like a somewhat like realistic style. Because I mean there already are stylized elements of it, like with the whole like visor HUD you have with like the classic Metroid Prime kind of style thing you have there. And also like the character designs also look great as well. Like that one villain, I forgot what they're called. But like that, there's like a villain that was like
Silex, is that?
Yeah, Silex. Yeah, I think their design looks really cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I've you know, I've been playing through remastered. I have the third game. I was really hoping there was no shadow drop in the direct, which was interesting. I mean, I guess. Well, there was
technically
the
NSO.
NSO.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, they've done that in previous kind of ones too, alongside something else, right? Haven't they?
There were like some smaller titles that like.
I was just surprised. Like, I was really expecting like, you know, Pushmo something to get shadow dropped, or Metro Prime 2 and 3, or been like, oh, 2 is available now, but 3 you can buy in September or something. But I guess they were like, no. That's why I would like to think that maybe the next direct, if we get one, we'll have that shadow drop of those games. But you know, it'd be really neat to see that. Not that it's a super big deal, but it would be nice to obviously have those games before the fourth one.
Yeah, so. Actually, you know, they might, if they do a September direct. I mean, there's a possibility that they won't, but like, I still think they might do one.
They never skip September.
Yeah, and
I mean,
feel like
they would want to talk about a lot. They would want to talk about a lot of those games. Yeah.
So
They'd probably want to talk about Mario and Luigi.
So I think there's still a possibility that they could, like, have one there and kind of, release, like, more of the, Metroid Prime games. But I am actually surprised that they actually showed gameplay for Metroid Prime 4. But it looks incredible. Like, this is probably going to be, like, one of the best looking Nintendo games ever made. It already looks just absolutely stunning for the Switch. I am just worried that it's somehow not gonna be on the Switch 2 or something, or not even take advantage of the Switch 2. I'm just a little worried about that, because it was shown in this Direct and everything, but I think that's very unlikely. I think, like, I would say there's a 90% chance that this is gonna be, like, cross-gen with the Switch 2. This is probably primarily...
I think, like I was gonna say, like, I think, like, 2025 is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're in it for, like, you know, with that, maybe even Legend CA or Zelda to get, you know, addition versions. Maybe, like, an additional version for the next system. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Where it runs a bit better.
But, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. I just think it looks, like, pretty great overall. Our prediction was actually right for that. We were actually predicting Metroid Prime 4 was the final announcement, and we actually got that right.
I mean, we put in every single direct. No,
yeah.
I mean, well, you know, it's shown up in a lot of directs. It kind of, you know, we were thinking that it'd be 2025. It did show up, so I mean, it's finally nice to actually have no more, like, TB determined titles like that.
Yeah,
you know, at least now we actually like know what it is.
Yeah, and we also have, like, gameplay with, like, every game that we know about, and it's just like it actually exists now. It actually exists. You know what's funny? The Mario and Luigi series died and revived in the time it took to develop Metroid Prime 4, which is just kind of crazy.
That is pretty crazy. And since the last new Metroid Prime game, well, actually no, do you count Federation Force?
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No.
No. Actually, let's just say Metroid Prime. Let's pretend that doesn't exist. Let's just say Prime 3.
Yeah.
Which that came out in, like, was that 2010 or 2011 or something?
No, that was other. You're thinking of Other M.
Other M.
Yeah.
I think
also,
2008.
Which is a disgrace of a Metroid game. But we'll talk about that another
Maybe
time.
I will.
But
let's see. Oh, 2007. Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, really, it's think about it. Paper Mario, like, died and came back in that time. It died, like, Super Paper Mario came back.
Yeah, Paper Mario also died and was revived in that time. But, I mean, but in terms of, like, it's funny, like, even though it seemed like Mario and Luigi has been, like, gone forever, it's like this is the first time in so many years that it's coming back. It's like, you know, Mario Kart 8 has been the relevant Mario Kart game all this time. When Paper Jam came out, Mario Kart 8 was the most relevant Mario Kart game. The remix, also the most, well, the 8 Deluxe was the most relevant, but still, just in that entire time, Mario Kart 8 has been the main Mario Kart game. It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it just holds up, you know, it's incredibly well. And it's a really fun game, so, you know, let's see, I think it was Nintendo's best interest to just keep supporting the game. And, you know, them adding more content was like, okay, we can make this game sell even more, and it's clearly working, so, because they keep selling so many copies of that game. And I think that's the thing, right? Nintendo, a while ago, they were like, they said that they wanted to get the system, you know, to sell many more copies. And, well, they're like, okay, here's new Zelda, here's new Mario and Luigi,
honestly,
here's new Mario Party, here's new, like, they're just like everything. Here you go.
They might be, I'm wondering if they're doing this now just because they want to top the PS2 as the best-selling console.
Yeah, you know what, like, there so many games, the library of the Switch is so strong that there's so much to play on the system from Nintendo that I would say it probably is like their goal to make it the best-selling console of all time.
Yeah.
Because I don't see really what else they can do at this point. I think they've done everything that they like. If we get another Nintendo Direct, it would mainly be just some remasters and some ports or even what's it called? Like some smaller entries. At this point, I really don't think they have any more series they can make another game for.
Yeah.
I think Mario Party's done. I think that's the last one. I don't really see how they can make another one. Yeah, I think most of the series is pretty much finished. So, other than that, maybe they could do Luigi's Mansion 1. They could do a few other games, but I don't think Xenoblade X. I don't think we're getting that. I don't. Think, I was really hoping for to see that, but
yeah, I think they're probably saving that for the
next
Switch
system.
2.
Yeah,
to do like a full like remake or remaster. But I was gonna say I think I'm gonna wrap things up now since it's getting a little late, and I'm gonna record a Mario Party video soon. And also I need to do the Zelda one and Metroid one soon too. But
yeah, but can we just say though that no Pikmin 4 DLC? How the disgrace?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess the game is pretty complete, but it would have been nice to be like, oh, free update where there's a few more Dandori battles. Like that would have been nice.
It wouldn't hurt to have it like it like.
They're like, oh, Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch Sports. So you want basketball from the Wii Sports Resort? Okay, there you go. Enjoy. And then we're never gonna update the game ever again. Or we're gonna update in like another year from now. Like just play Wii Sports Resort. It has it there already, and it's better, and you have more mini games and things. But I mean, okay, but it is nice, for people who have Switch Sports Resort, and I mean not Switch Sports Resort. I'm getting all confused now. Nintendo Switch Sports. Maybe I'll pick it up if it's cheap. I might get it.
I like how you.
I
like how you accidentally created a new game entirely out of nowhere.
I mean, honestly, they're probably working on that, to be fair.
Or Switch 2 Sports.
Switch Sports, Wii Play Resort, Nintendo.
Oh, I just thought of something evil. Imagine if it's the pack-in launch title of the Switch 2.
Like a Wii Sports, like a Nintendo Switch Sports Resort game. Would actually be. That's actually not a bad idea. In fact, that's a good game to maybe not pack in, but that could be like the 1-2 Switch.
I'm thinking, imagine if it suffers from the same issues as Switch Sports though. Has the sport? Oh my gosh! I thought of something even more evil. Imagine if the Switch 2, instead of Mii's, they have Sportsmates as the default thing on there. And they
like,
Mii's,
what are those?
They don't call them Sportsmates, they call them like Nintendo avatars or something like that.
Oh no.
Just imagine that. Just imagine that.
Don't give them ideas, that's horrible. Oh, that would actually genuinely be terrible if they're like, oh, they're outdated.
Then they do a Tomodachi Life thing on the Switch 2, and it has Sportsmates instead.
No.
They do new Miitopia, and it has they call it Sportsmates. No, Sportsmates-topia, and they have Sportsmates instead.
If you can fully customize your Sportsmate, right? Like you can design, or is there limitations?
It's really limited. That's one of the problems.
Oh, okay. Good. Then that's why they won't use that. Then they might as well use the Miitopia thing. And anyways, that's probably a better idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they could honestly update Mii's even more to give them more complex hairstyles or more features to customize. I really hope that they don't go something like that. That'd be terrible. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good announcements. I think we have a good holiday to look forward to. A lot of announcements. I think the only annoying thing about this year is that July, as much as I'm excited for the Nintendo World Championships game, I'm also a little disappointed that we didn't get something a bit more larger.
really mind it, honestly, because I feel like July is either a big thing or a really small thing. I think it depends on the year.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I was hoping maybe they'd put like Wind Waker or something then
Though
to
I
fill
don't
it
think,
out a bit more, but
though the thing is, I don't think Nintendo likes to overload it with Zelda.
that'd be too much Zelda.
Also,
well, I mean, like they've done a lot of overload for Mario Party, but I guess you're right.
The thing is,
not Mario Party, but my Mario.
The thing is with Zelda, they treat, like I mentioned before in prediction videos, they treat it very carefully. They treat it very specially, which is why I'm glad my prediction was wrong for the Twilight Princess Wind Waker thing being 80 USD. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, it seems like they decided not to do that at all, which honestly, that's fine with me.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap things up here, so thank you guys for watching this stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and yeah, stay perky and play Mario and Luigi Brothership.